disappointed in you. And Molly, I'm disappointed in you. Molly, what's up? You understand? Because here's where I'm at, Molly. Where all the ladies at? What did I say? Who's the bad guy, Shay Shay? We were the bad guys, Shay Shay. Molly, I said.
Really, Molly? Wow.
They jumped on us. They jumped on us, Molly. They jumped on us as a
You might be wondering how a rookie like Caitlin Clark could shake up the entire WNBA. Well, get ready because the answer's about to blow your mind. Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's exposing a whole system of bias in sports media. And trust me, you won't believe who's getting called out. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Think you know everything about Caitlin Clark's impact on women's basketball? Think again, there's a shocking twist in this rookie story that no one saw coming. What did a big-name media figure say that's now blowing up in their face? Let's talk about Molly Qerim, a prominent sports personality who recently found herself in hot water over her comments about Caitlin Clark. Qerim didn't hold back when she expressed her doubts about Clark's readiness for the Olympic team. In fact, she went as far as to say that selecting Clark based on marketing rather than talent would mock the women's game.
Because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention and they're not as talented and we're not putting the best team out there.
It's unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark to come in and now take it to the next. Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
But here's the kicker. Clark's recent performances have not just silenced her critics, they've turned them into believers. The rookie sensation has been lighting up the court, leaving jaws dropped and stats shattered in her wake. It's like watching a real-life sports movie unfold before our eyes, with Clark as the underdog hero who proves everyone wrong. And we're not just talking about fans jumping on the bandwagon. Fellow players are taking notice too. Sophie Cunningham, a seasoned WNBA player, couldn't help but sing praises for the rookie class, with Clark leading the charge. She pointed out how these young guns have breathed new life into the league, boosting viewership and bringing a fresh energy to the game. You might be wondering, what's the big deal about one player getting some attention? Well, it's not just about Clark. Her success is like a domino effect, reshaping how people see the entire WNBA. Suddenly, those who dismissed women's basketball are tuning in, curious to see what all the fuss is about. And let's be real, this isn't just a win for Clark, it's a win for every girl who's ever been told she's not good enough, not marketable enough, or not ready for the big leagues. Clark's proving that talent speaks louder than doubts, and she's doing it on the biggest stage possible. But wait, there's more to this story. Clark's rise isn't just about proving critics wrong, it's about changing the game from the inside out. Her style of play, her confidence on the court, and her ability to connect with fans are setting a new standard for what it means to be a star in the WNBA. And you know what's really interesting? The very things that made some people doubt her youth, her unconventional style, her media appeal, are now the things that are making her a sensation. It's like Clark took all those skeptical comments and turned them into fuel for her basketball fire. So what does this mean for the future of women's basketball? Are we seeing the birth of a new era where rookies can come in and immediately impact not just their team, but the entire league? And how will this shift the power dynamics between players, media, and league officials? Just when you thought the Clark saga couldn't get any more intense, a media heavyweight steps into the ring. Why is this seasoned pro risking her reputation to challenge the WNBA's treatment of its newest sensation? Enter Cindy Brunson, a respected sports commentator who's not afraid to speak her mind. She's making waves by demanding something unprecedented from the WNBA, an apology to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. But why is Brunson taking such a bold stance? It all comes down to respect and recognition. Brunson's not just talking about Clark, she's shining a spotlight on how female athletes are treated in general. She's saying, hey, these women are incredible athletes. They deserve our respect, our attention, and our support. But here's where it gets really interesting. Brunson's demand isn't just about one player or one team. It's about changing the whole game. She's pushing for a shift in how we see women's sports, challenging the old narratives and biases that have held them back for too long. Think about it, when a player like Clark comes along and dominates the court, it doesn't just change the scoreboard, it changes minds. It forces people to sit up and take notice. And that's exactly what Brunson is tapping into. She's saying, look at what Clark's doing. Look at how she's reshaping our expectations. Now let's use this moment to push for real change. It's like Clark's performance on the court is giving Brunson the ammo she needs to fight for better treatment off the court. And it's not just about Clark. Brunson's stance is opening up a bigger conversation about all the talented women in the WNBA, especially those who've been overlooked or underappreciated. She's saying, if we can get it right for Clark, we can get it right for everyone. But why now? Why is this the moment Brunson's chosen to take a stand? It's because Clark's rise has created a perfect storm. You've got incredible talent, growing fan interest, and increasing media attention. It's the ideal time to push for change, to demand that the league steps up and shows its players the respect they deserve. And let's be real, this kind of public call-out isn't without risk. Brunson's putting her reputation on the line. She's challenging the status quo, and that's never comfortable. But she clearly believes it's worth it. She's betting that by speaking out, she can help push women's basketball to new heights. So what does this mean for the future of the WNBA? Well, it's like dominoes. If Brunson's demand gains traction, it could lead to some real changes. We might see more respect for players, better promotion of the league, maybe even changes in how contracts are structured or how the media covers women's sports. But it's not just about what the league might do, it's about what the fans might do. Brunson's stand is a rallying cry. She's saying to fans, your voice matters, your support can make a difference. And in the age of social media, that kind of fan power can be a game changer. As the dust settles on Brunson's bold stand, another voice enters the fray. You might think you know the score when it comes to women's basketball, but this critic's take on the WNBA is about to flip everything you thought you knew upside down. Carly Brew just dropped a truth bomb that's got everyone talking. She's not buying Stephen A. Smith's claim that the WNBA needed saving. Instead, she's pointing out something that's been right under our noses all along. The W didn't need saving, it just needed promotion, Brew says. The product has never been the problem, it has always been the promotion. This isn't just talk, the numbers are backing it up in a big way. We're seeing a massive shift in WNBA media rights. Get this, they've skyrocketed from 60 million to a whopping 2 billion. That's not just growth, that's an explosion. And guess who's at the center of it all? You got it, Caitlin Clark. But hold up, this isn't just about one player making waves. Clark's rise is shining a spotlight on a debate that's been brewing for years. On one side, you've got folks claiming the WNBA was on life support and needed a miracle. On the other, you've got people like Brew saying the league was always solid. It just needed someone to turn up the volume. So what's really going on here? Is Clark single-handedly saving women's basketball? Or is she just the catalyst that's finally getting people to pay attention? The truth is, it's probably a bit of both. Clark's talent is undeniable, but her impact goes way beyond what she does on the court. Think about it, Clark isn't just racking up points, she's changing the conversation. She's making people who never gave women's basketball a second thought sit up and take notice. And that attention, it's translating into cold, hard cash for the league. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark's success isn't just exposing how good women's basketball can be, it's shining a light on how the media has been dropping the ball when it comes to coverage. For years, amazing players have been doing incredible things on the court. The talent was always there. What was missing was the spotlight. Now, with Clark drawing eyeballs to the game, people are starting to realize what they've been missing. It's like someone finally turned on the lights in a room that's been dark for too long, and what we're seeing is a game that's fast, skilled, and every bit as exciting as the men's game. But let's be real, this isn't just about basketball, it's about how we value women's sports as a whole. Clark's story is forcing us to ask some tough questions. Why did it take one player's meteoric rise to get people to take the WNBA seriously? Why wasn't the league getting the promotion it deserved before? These questions are uncomfortable, but they're important. They're making us look at the bigger picture of how sports media operates. It's not just about who's the best player or which team wins, it's about who gets airtime, who gets sponsorships, and who gets to control the narrative. So Clark's success is like a wrecking ball, smashing through old assumptions and biases. She's proving that when women's sports get the attention they deserve, people will watch, they'll buy tickets, they'll tune in, and most importantly, they'll invest. That $2 billion media rights deal? That's not just a win for the WNBA, it's a wake-up call for the entire sports world. It's proof that when you promote women's sports properly, the audience is there, the money is there, the excitement is there. So what's next? Well, that's the $1 million question. Or should we say the $1 billion question? Clark's story is just the beginning. It's opened the door, but now it's up to the league, the media, and the fans to keep that momentum going. Caitlin Clark's journey in the WNBA isn't just changing the game, it's rewriting the rule book. This rookie's talent is forcing everyone to take a fresh look at women's basketball. She's not just winning games, she's winning hearts and minds. But here's the real kicker, Clark's success is exposing a bigger truth. Women's sports have always been this good, they just needed the spotlight. Now that Clark's turned it on, everyone's seeing what they've been missing. This isn't just about one player, it's about every athlete who's been overlooked. It's about challenging old biases and demanding fair treatment. Clark's performance is proof that when you give talent a chance to shine, it can change everything. So what's next? That's up to us. Will we keep this momentum going or will we let it fade away? The ball's in our court now.